But it is amazing to think that Joe Biden, I think someone who represents the kind of center of the Democratic Party, if anything just a little bit to the right of it, managed to become a president based on activism, based on the policy discussion, based on the politics, to become a climate president.
You know why?
Why?
Because we pressured him.
Love it or leave it.
My next guest is an activist, Oscar winner, Hollywood legend, a Broadway star, and probably better at hosting a podcast than me. Fuck. Please give a warm Bourbon Room welcome to the one and only Jane Fonda. Hi. Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you. Hi, Jane.
Hi.
So nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too. Listen, who is seeing this show? Is this it? I mean...
You mean live? Live, this is it.
Okay.
But then a bunch of people will see it on YouTube, and a bunch of people will listen to it as a podcast.
Really?
Yeah. Now, you've been a climate activist for a long time. There's a lot of doom around climate. There's a lot of sense of like, this problem is too vast, it's too big, but I don't think that's why you went and got yourself arrested. So where do you find... Well, you didn't get arrested because you thought there's no hope.
No, I'm very hopeful, actually. Hope is very different than optimism. Optimism is saying everything's going to be fine, and then you don't do anything to make it so. Hope is a muscle. I can get really depressed, but I'm giving it 100%, and so I feel hopeful. And all my friends do, and I find joy in organizing and making things happen, so no, I'm not depressed.
Good.
A lot of trees got cut down for all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. You're right. That's a good point about
I
that.
came on here. I thought you were a different Jon Lovett. I didn't. And I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Oh.
But I don't know why I'm here. I really don't. I asked my publicist, why am I here? I mean...
No, and your confusion...
Yeah.
Totally understandable. And again, like, you wouldn't know based on this or this that people listen. Isn't that surprising, by my whole personality, that people tune into this?
You're very funny.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling good because, at my age, I could understand your humor a little bit. I mean, I understand why people laughed. I was worried. Because, you can kind of be out of it.
You were worried that you were out of it?
Yeah, I was worried that I
on.
wouldn't think you're funny, and then I wouldn't really know why I was here. But you are funny. No, she made me wish I was young. No. But even when I was young, I couldn't have done any of that.
Now, you've been an activist and for such a long time. Now, speaking of, can we show the image of the 1970 mugshot? Because I feel like you should teach a course on how to look cool in a mugshot. I mean, that...
You guys must be really short on money. I don't think too many people must listen to this show. You have no money. You show a small TV show.
No, you may be saying, why not put it on the big screen behind you?
Successful shows usually have a big screen. It ain't The View, that's for
Jane,
sure.
I want you to know that people sweat and blood and tears went into trying to get that image on this screen.
And it didn't work.
But even with AI and all the technological wonders, even with billionaires soaring above our heads as we speak, no. Not tonight. Couldn't work.
Well, it is a good mugshot.
It is a good mugshot.
I got lucky. The lighting was really good. Yeah.
That's cool.
I have several, and they don't all look that good. But
So speaking of which, you told the Washington Post that one of your jailers said, there must be a better way to draw attention to your cause. But is there? It feels like it works. You getting arrested, it's a big deal when Jane Fonda gets arrested. Everyone's like, holy shit, they arrested Jane Fonda again.
Yeah, that's why I do it. No, it's true. I mean, it's called nonviolent civil disobedience, and it has changed history, throughout history. That said, you know, I'm white, I'm famous, they don't treat me like they do black people and brown people. And I recognize that. I don't want to make it look like it's some brave thing to be arrested. It's not. You get put in a holding pen with a lot of people that you wanted to talk to anyway, so. And I could do wall squats.
Oh.
You probably don't know what that is.
I know what a wall squat
You know
is,
what
Jane.
it is?
I do know what a wall squat is. Jane, I've been doing Pilates.
Really? I have no idea what's going on. I really don't. But I turned 82 in jail, and I knew that would get a lot of.
82.
It was like 5 or 6 years ago, and I knew it would get a lot of attention, and
Yeah.
it did. And so a lot of other old women around the country said, well, if she can do it, and people came from all over the country. It was so great, and got arrested for the first time, and it was fun. You see? We had a good time.
Well, the other thing too is I think that like that kind of activism, it is amazing to see not just the influence it has, but how much the politics of climate have changed since you started doing climate activism. Like the Inflation Reduction Act is the biggest investment in climate change, in green energy, clean energy in global history.
And it ain't enough.
And it's not enough,
No.
but it is amazing to think that Joe Biden, I think someone who represents the kind of center of the Democratic Party, if anything just a little bit to the right of it, managed to become a president based on activism, based on the policy discussion, based on the politics, to become a climate president.
You know why?
Why?
Because we pressured him. This is really important. We got to get Kamala and Tim elected. Don't criticize them. We just zip it, get them elected, and then organize. Then we have to pressure like hell because we don't have a lot of time. No, we're running out of time. But we still have time. It's very hard to elect somebody to high office who really knows, who understands what has to happen. And it ain't easy, because what has to happen means changing the very bedrock of our economy, fossil fuels. They run the country, they run the globe. There's a reason why Trump invited all the heads of the fossil fuel companies down to Mar-a-Lago and said, if you give me $1 billion, I'll do away with all the regulations. That's where the power is. So changing that is very hard. But we have to do that because it's killing us. I'm so angry I can almost not breathe because we are paying these fuckers to kill us. We pay them $20 billion a year of our tax money goes to the.
That's a beer.
Belgian white.
Yeah, it's beer.
You're drinking.
A little. Just a little just to take the edge off.
That's so cool.
Jane Fonda.
Not only are we paying them to kill us, we're doing the same thing with the nuclear industry. And believe me, these guys, the energy elite, they're trying to get us to buy the fact, what they say, nuclear energy is going to solve the climate crisis. It's a total lie. The only thing about nuclear energy is that a few people get really rich, and we pay for it. And if there's an accident, we pay for it. And they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes again. Nuclear and fossil fuel is going to kill us, and we're paying them. I mean, we got to end it. We got to stop it. And that's why we have to elect Kamala and Tim. But it's also really cool to, there's going to be some kid that say, I had him in history. It's so great.
That is cool.
Right?
So there are I think that there are a lot of people, I think most.
Do you have a beer?
Can we fly in a beer for Jane? There are a lot of, I think, I think there's a debate on the left, especially among climate activists, that say, Kamala Harris during that debate is saying that I'm not against fracking. The Biden administration, even as they're pursuing the Inflation Reduction Act for political reasons, for practical economic reasons, is saying, here, Kumail with a beer.
God, easy, cuter up close. Would you open it for me, please?
There's your beer, Jane Fonda. Now, but there are climate activists who say, I don't want to vote for somebody that doesn't recognize that we have to be against all this fossil fuels. Right? They don't want to compromise. And your view, what you just said is, we have 60 days. We got to just do everything we can, and then we can pressure them. How do you persuade people that feel the same way you do, that they need to vote for Kamala even if they have objections?
Well, it's hard. I've got grandkids that I'm trying to persuade. They're very, very angry about Gaza. And I'm trying to explain that if you sit it out or vote for a third party, we're going to get fascism. You're not going to have any voice at all. One ticket with whatever problems they have, they will give you a voice. You can organize and pressure. We pressured millions of people from all over the world, pressured public opinion and Biden and made him do some of the things that he promised he would do. They can be pressured, and we can't vote for a party that won't allow us to have a voice and to pressure. Yeah.
Belgian white.
Belgian white. I don't know, is there a camera that is photographing anything here?
Yes, there's actually several. It's a real production. There are professionals. You can't see them in the dark because of the lighting. There's professionals in virtually every direction.
So I came in here and walked a half a mile straight upstairs, then straight downstairs, and then another up.
Now, Jane, may I call you Jane?
Of course.
Tonight, you're about to match wits with Crooked's resident film expert and dweeb, an Emmy nominee this weekend for his writing on the Academy Awards. Please welcome Keep Its Own, Louis Virtel. Louis, come on, good to see you, buddy. Louis.
We were on Millionaire together.
Yeah, we were.
Yes.
I can never beat him.
No, she should be afraid. That's the way it works.
Yeah. No, he knows everything.
I know, he's a savant.
When we were on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire together, this is how crazy it is to know this person. We kept getting questions on accident that dovetailed with her life. We got a question about a 100-year-old tortoise she had met before. And he was like impotent or something?
It's real. No, I watched him be masturbated.
Yeah.
I did.
That's no way to speak about Rupert Murdoch.
The question was asking who is Lonesome George was his name.
Lonesome George.
Very famous.
Very
Lonesome
famous
George.
turtle.
They brought a Swedish woman vet over to the Galapagos. They wanted to try to breed him so that and it didn't work.
Didn't work.
No.
I just want to say, as
So
a
of
trivia
course
person, aren't you all fucking in awe of her amazing memory? Jesus Christ. You know everything.
No, you know.
That's true, I do too.
Yes, you're going to win this. Let's go.
So here's how it works. Now, Louis is a low-key madman.
Right.
So we thought we would up the difficulty and pit him against Jane Fonda in a segment we're calling Into the Fonda-verse.
Good place to be.
I will ask both of you questions about Jane Fonda, and we will see who knows Jane Fonda better.
I'm confused where we are. There's one wall that says Bourbon, one wall says Roxy. Up there it says Chateau Marmont. Where are we?
Yeah. Mostly the bourbon room. Mostly the bourbon room.
The
yes.
bourbon room,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
I'm
yes.
sorry, go on.
Yes.
Jane, you've always been here. First question. In the 2018 Comedy Book Club, Jane Fonda and her 3 extremely horny friends navigate postmenopausal pleasure while reading which 3 erotic novels?
Is this for me or her?
It's either one of you can guess it. First to know the answer gets it.
Oh,
The Franti novels.
The what novels?
The Elena Ferrante novels?
Right.
It's 50 Shades of Grey, isn't it?
It's 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Darker, and 50 Shades Free.
You won.
Yeah, see.
I think the point goes to Jane, because she's Jane.
The Ferrante is the next movie, right? The second book.
Oh, the second book. I got it. Jane Fonda took home the Academy Award for Best Actress for her turn as Bree in the 1971 neo-noir Clute. Unbelievably, she was initially concerned she wasn't right for the role, and at one point asked director Alan Pakula to release her from her contract and give the part to whom?
Faye Dunaway.
Yes.
Jane, that's correct.
Yeah.
Love Faye, but thank God Jane got that one. Thank God. Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nothing, yeah.
Jane Fonda famously appeared alongside Lily Tomlin in Netflix's Grace and Frankie, but the pair also appeared alongside one another in 3 other feature films. Name all 3.
Okay, 9 to 5.
Uh-huh.
Book Club 1, Book Club 2, and Moving On.
Moving on, yeah. From a couple years ago, yes.
Yeah, that was a good one. Nobody
Yes.
saw it, but it was good.
Yeah, right.
You're missing one.
And of
9
course,
to
80
5,
for Brady.
80 for Brady.
80 for Brady.
I didn't say 80 for Brady? No,
Did you-
I didn't. Oh, she wasn't even in Book Club.
No, right. It's 80 for Brady, and then that, and then 9 to 5.
I got to tell you something, Jane.
In my mind, she's in all my movies.
I want you to know something.
She's my favorite leading man. Everybody always asks me.
I didn't think she was in book club, but I wasn't going to tell you you were wrong. That's another advantage you have in this game.
I know. And I tend to use it to its maximum. Where's my beer?
Before
Okay.
we move on, have you guys seen Lily Tomlin in the movie Nashville recently?
Yes.
One of the best performances you will
Yes.
ever see in a movie. You
Yes.
must go see it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. She copied my Clute hair.
No shit.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Next question. What is the film Jane Fonda most regrets turning down?
Ooh. I know. I think Bonnie and Clyde.
Incorrect.
She has said Bonnie and Clyde before. I can find the interview right now.
Oh, God, what was it? It was Julie Christie and Omar Sharif. What was that movie?
Oh, Dr.
Russia.
Zhivago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct, Jane.
Okay. Yes.
At least that's what you told Ellen. Jane Fonda received the title role in the 1965 comedy western Cat Ballou, considered by many to be her breakout star turn. After the first choice actress passed, later it was revealed that the actress's manager had declined the role without consulting her, and if she had known, she would have taken it. Who is that actress?
Her first 3 Oscar nominations, Barbra Streisand turned it down all 3 times, which is so crazy.
According to Barbara.
Right. True. I believe you.
According to Barbara, I would have no career if it weren't for her. She turned down Barbarella. She turned down Clute.
They shoot horses, don't they?
What?
They shoot horses, don't they?
They shoot horses, don't they? And
Julia.
And Julia. I mean, can you see her? Never
No, I know. It's all wrong. So that's not the answer for that question. I'm going to go with 1965. Cat Ballou. I assume she was already popular at the time.
Elizabeth Ashley?
Great guess.
Correct answer is Anne Margaret.
Ooh.
Anne Margaret.
There was a phase when you and Anne Margaret had the exact same hair. I'm not kidding. It was confusing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She would have been good in Cat Ballou.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
I'm glad she turned it down.
Oh, wait, quickly, story. Can I tell you one really quickly?
Yeah.
One time this guy came over to hook up, like it was like a grinder hookup. And at the time, I had this awesome poster of Jane Fonda in my house. And the guy was not super verbal, like he was drunk or something. And he comes in, says nothing, sees the poster of Jane and goes, Cat Ballou? And that was the beginning of a friendship, and he's a big movie person. Anyway, we had sex. Thank you, thank you.
Final question. Which of the following is not a real quote from one Jane Fonda?
Okay, ooh.
A, what does Jane Fonda eat for breakfast? My boyfriend, well toasted, buttered on both sides. B, I ate a beetle. C, my 82-year-old bones hurt. Or D, you can grease them up or down.
That's something that I said I ate?
No, you ate a beetle.
I have.
So that one.
Not for breakfast.
But not for breakfast.
I believe she said the first one about eating the boyfriend for
That's
sure.
correct.
Yeah.
No.
She didn't say that?
No, you did.
That's what I mean. I absolutely can hear it in your voice.
You said.
I would never.
Apparently you did.
I'm not a morning person.
And you did say my 82-year-old bones hurt after you spoke to the Washington Post about being released from jail. You said my bones
Yeah,
hurt.
they probably did.
Right.
Probably did.
Me and the cockroaches. We had a good night.
And
yeah.
you did say you ate the beetle. You ate a beetle.
So what
I
one
did,
is left
but when
over?
I was a teenager.
Which is the
At
age
night.
to do it.
It
Which
was
is
at night.
It was at night.
So there. That changes everything.
Yes, the quote, "You can grease them up or down," is actually a quote from me about Philadelphia's light poles after the debate.
Oh,
God. Louis, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you've been absolutely obliterated.
And
Jane,
in front
you
of all
wiped
my
the
friends.
floor with Louis. You destroyed
No,
him.
I gotta remain friends with him. He saves me, and he makes money for me.
Sometimes I do. We were on Who Wants to Million. We made $125,000 for Fire Drill Fridays.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Fire Drill Fridays is the organization?
That's one of them, yeah. I have the Jane Fonda Climate Pack and Fire Drill Fridays, which is part of Greenpeace.
What should people do to support
Well,
what you're trying to
Jane
do?
Pack, P-A-C, janepack.com. We have over 100 climate champion candidates all over the country, but we focus down ballot, because that's where the real climate work is happening. City councils, mayors, state legislators, yeah.
And what do you think about Louis bonding with a would-be paramour about a poster of you?
I love it.
Okay.
Listen, in your life, if you can get one person screwed, it's worth it. You've
It's
done
worth
something
it.
good.
I just want to give advice to everybody else. If you meet somebody who is into movies, please God keep them, because we need to keep the movies alive. I need people to be interested in movies and articulate about movies, because that gets people caring about real things. So
Yes.
hopefully that sex turned into something real is what I'm saying. Thank you. Yes.